Oh right, it was saying this. It was so my computer is now saying there's a very good connection. The fact that it's not appearing. Oh, here we go. Okay. And now if I go to youtube.com, I go to my profile page. Test live. Great. Okay. Okay. Now we're ready to go. So, what on earth is happening with this render priority stuff? Oh, this is going to be to do with the fact that like everything is backwards for alpha, isn't it? Going to be something annoying like this, and we can test this. Let's add a cube. Instance 3D. Add ourselves a box. Here, standard material 3D, transparency, alpha. Let's say the matter as much as it has to just be a little bit transparent. 1, 2, 3. And this is fine. They're transparent. The transparency works. And for each of these, I'm going to. Oh, actually, right. For all of these, I can set them all to always. Didn't that change it? Always, you're drawing. It's all the same. Material. These are always drawing. Oh, it's just not clear. So I should change these to then be all right, unique. Then once I do that, I can change the colors, and once I do that, I can test out my hypothesis that everything is reversed. All right, color red, color green, blue. This all looks fine. Maybe if I make them additive, it'll make more sense. Looks like in every case. Okay. However, let's say blue. Will they have the same priority? Maybe it's getting. There we go. If I put it high, it's behind, and if I put it low, it's in front. So if that's minus 100. Now for green, yeah, I think its priority is negative for. Let's see if it's in the documentation. Transparent obviously drawn back to front. Wait, they're saying it's 4 primer. if I want something to render first, how do I get the red to render on top of everything? It doesn't look like I can modify the red to actually just render on top, which seems wrong. You're always drawing the depth. So that means oh yeah, this is how it should be. Right, so still doing the depth test. So what does this tell us? Everything. Oh god, what does this tell us? Oh, I'm so confused. Oh. What this tells us is that we need to tweak values so that they appear in the right order. I can't really think about it better than that right now. This is weird because it draws. Well, it's not going to get cut out by the egg. The egg gets drawn first. This will still do the Z test on top, so. Oh, it's 30. Okay. I make this 31. Okay. Higher priorities will be sorted in front of lower priority. Higher priority objects will render first. This will render first. That's not true. That's not true. This description is wrong. For transparent at least, right? Higher priority order objects will be sorted in front. This will not impact how transparent objects are sorted relative to opaque objects. This description is really confusing me. Anyway, thankfully the render order is not stored in the material, but stored in the object. So. I need to test it. Oh, wait. I think, I need to change it here. that was changing in an instance, and then that was maybe not getting propagated. So good. Okay. Fixed. Oh god. Oh god, this is difficult. Let's see if it's having slept on it, if it's any better. That death wasn't fun. The problem there is that I couldn't save myself. There was not really anything I could do. Right, I lost momentum, and how do you make something like this but make it enjoyable? Difficult challenge. And then how do you make it that if somebody does it, that the person can be all like, yeah, I did it. And I can do it again. Because that's going to be the problem, right? I'll get this. Even if I get this now, that's not good. It doesn't show that they'll suddenly prove that it's good, because I won't be able to do it repeatedly. I think it's a concentration thing, so let me just center myself a little bit. See if I can. Nope. Ah! And there's no... Having some alternative routes might be a good idea. Just to allow you to fail. This bit is fun. I mean, the camera's weird in it, but... You get down that far, and maybe you don't want to be subject to, like, the further I get, the less random it should get. The less... Because you've very limited air control, it's all about building up momentum, but a lot of this early part is about slowing down so you can actually control, at least the way I'm playing it, so that I can control what I'm doing, and then it's just like, yeah. Alright, that's one thing that I can do, I think. If I extend this up here, oh man, I'm getting confused because I was playing satisfactory, which is, I don't know how to go up and down anymore. There we go. I was thinking, okay, if I extend this, maybe it'll be nice, but then I don't know why my delete tools aren't working sometimes. Sort of thing that could worry one. Let's try extending this instead. See how it feels. At least I fixed the alpha problem. Alright, so I've lost all my momentum. Can I save myself? Ish. I think I need to do something like 10 different variations of this. Because I made it, and it's difficult to tweak this so that it's better. And so I've really locked myself into something that's not fun. It's not working out. So I should change it. And there can't be any resting spots. It has to be something that goes down. Alright, let's try it one last time. And then let's just try and design some new ones. Okay. One last time. Okay. To design a new one. Wrong button. Oh yeah, I don't have a way to get up the tower yet. That's a task for another day. Rude descent. No, let's do it here. So let's say I wanted it to be a bit broad. Like this. Let's do the path first, and then I'll add a bunch of obstacles. If we had spikes, this would be easier. Because we don't, I can't put walls in or something that you can rest against because I don't want resting shouldn't be possible. So then what do we do? Okay. Oh, it's just the wrong. Maybe it's fine. Let's just see how it's like, what it's like. But we're too wide, better too wide than not wide enough. And then I want to go right again. Play. I have to plumb new depths here. Okay, let's see. What, if anything, we can get out of this? It's kind of chill. It's kind of fun. A couple of jumps. Maybe this is just doing this, but with a couple of jumps and stuff, and ignoring what I don't know how we're going to get back up though. Um, I don't think this is going to work. But let's see. I just YOLO it. Oh, it's actually quite difficult to YOLO. There's no reason to, like, you just want to stick to one side here. It's enormously inefficient as it uses space. Just because I have no good way of ascending again, and we're already almost at the bottom. Whatever. And if it's fun, that's what matters. Now let's make the tower taller. This at least is a bit more skill-based. I'm not sure. Like, why do we have the zigzagging at all if it's essentially all about just keeping to the sides? Maybe the better solution would be to have a couple of alternating platforms. That way you could maybe save yourself if you got off track. Because that's what I really want, right? The ability that you can react, and if your reactions are imperfect, you can still save yourself. I was rotating around the wrong axis and just not in contact with the ground very much, which means that I couldn't really jump very well. Speed low. I need to somehow aim to the left here. I don't know if it's too far to the left though. Let's try to redesign it a little bit. Like, I think there's the seed of something good here. I think alternating like this would probably be too much. I think a little bit of a gap is probably a good idea. Hey. Here, I want to expand them a little bit. Ooh. Maybe I do need to this out a little bit. Wait, this isn't how it should be. This is how it should be. I want a slightly alternating pattern to go on for a little bit. Might be getting too narrow as well, but Alright, let's say that this is the bottom. And is the implication here that this is all just wrong? No. I don't know what's going on here, but all of these should lead to safety. Let's say. So, will this be a doable route? What do we think? Is it going to be too brutally difficult? I think it's going to be horrific. Actually, at least when it's wide, while it's wide, it's okay. Dying, but it's not. Doesn't feel bad. Okay. Oh, sorry, Torgo. Hey, wow, what is that level? Sorry, I just saw the chat. What's that level builder tool? Is that a feature of the game? I have a lot of frustration building out 3D levels with Godot's grip and tiling. Yeah, I made my own editor. It was. I figure if you're going to make a game, you want of a certain size, and this editor wasn't made for this game. It was made for something that's intended to be a bit bigger, but like you want it to be as fun as possible to use, and so anything like built in is probably anything that comes with it. An engine, especially for 3D, it's well, that's not really true, right? It depends on what level of fidelity you want, and there are some 2D. Like I've used TileEd for 2D platform game editing, and it's been really good. And I think I used the Ogmo editor as well once. So it's just it's tricky to decide what to do. But but even then for 2D stuff, I did at some point end up. Oh, this is the route. This is the old route. Maybe I want to keep all of these routes. It's a pity I can't have them for the way. I could have gravity reverse. And I could use both of these routes. One to get down and one to get up. Ah! Okay, see. I think it gets too cruel near the end. But if it was to stay at a width of 2, I think it will be better than this route to the left. Let's give it a couple of tries anyway. Yeah, like what kind of 3D editor are you working on? Or what kind of game are you thinking of working on? Also, for this, because the geometry of the level is static, and I feel like a lot of the editing tools, they'll keep... Actually, I don't know. Like all of the tiles active as individual objects, whereas I didn't need that. And I was like, I can just optimize them much better because I know what the constraints of my engine are. If this was a game that had more like fancy 3D geometry, then maybe I would just use Blender. Maybe. But also, it's good to have the editor in-game, because then you can swap between editing, for a platformer, right? You want to be able to test stuff out in-game as much as possible, and so then using an external editor like Blender is not appropriate at all. Using something that's in Godot, like built in then, might be okay, But then if you're going all the way in, where it's just like a button press to swap between the editor and playing, that's like allows for very good, honest. Oh. No, actually, I'm going to make all that a bit thicker. And here. Let's just lighting this up. Okay. What are this is with 3? That doesn't make sense. Or maybe because I wanted to expand it out further. Ah, here I'm already. Ah, no, 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 it's crashing. It's never gonna stop crashing. I should fix this editor. That's the downside of sometimes. How much have I lost? Should fix it, but whenever it happens, I'm busy thinking about things. Save regularly. Oh wait, this is meant to start expanding out already. It's a bit, a bit weird of a bit extreme of a move, but let's see. Nope. Okay, why is this? Yeah. Dictionary. It's being given the wrong voxel data, it looks like. I'll deal with it some other time. Today I want to do level design and I've had to restart a few times because of crashes. I've let myself get distracted once already, so. Oh, this can't really go down, huh? Um, Maybe it's fine. Okay. I'll save and reload to just double check that it isn't too badly corrupted. All right. So, will this work? Will I play this and say, "Oh, this is fun. This is what I need." Not bad. Even focus. I should probably make this wider. Like, just expand out the like here, the checkerboard pattern is a bit wide and it's enjoyable broadly. Like falling off the side isn't fun. The velocity low. Can't tell if this is fun or not. I thought it was fun the first couple of times I did it, and now I'm not so sure. Also, the start of it should probably be a slightly more, like, and this should be an on-ramp. Yeah, that's okay. All about control. So the real generous thing would be to allow different routes on all four sides and have them all lead to the same place, and then nobody would complain. It'd be a bit over generous design though. walking around the wrong axis, right? You have to get the axis right. Mm. Beating up too much. Do. Okay, the first part I can do pretty reliably. And then it just gets messy here, and that just throws me off. So maybe if I just make the transition there a little bit more orderly, everything will be fine. Dying just because there's a nasty bit that throws me off. Isn't fun. Get this. But I've made it to the bottom once. Which isn't the best batting average for somebody who is a veteran of this game. Maybe I should be stretching out each of these sections towards the end. You have more time to orient yourself on them, and that it's easier to jump off. Let's do that. Ah, they're already reaching the right length, so. Oh, I've come down so far. This is what I have to do. This is what I have to do. And it's nice to have a. I also like. I haven't even done the challenge of getting up here yet, right? That's a level design to do. Quite a significant one. Oh, I didn't do music today yet. I'm not even playing music in the background. Ugh, damn it. Let's play some music. I think that angle is just not a. It just feels getting over to the left hand side. It feels also a bit of a dick move, right? Because you spend so long and it seems pretty neutral about whether you go left or right, and suddenly it's all like, nope, you should go to the left. Come on, Steven, you can do this. Oh, but the problem is I'm still enjoying this. But that's, I think, just me. I think that just applies to me as the maker, rather than something that would transfer to a normal person. Different music track. I'm already stressed out. So I made the platforms a little bit longer just so you would have time to think. I guess I'm gonna go from right to left. I should go to the middle first, right? I shouldn't bite off more than I can chew. Really difficult to change direction on a slope. How many tries and I haven't made it to the bottom once? Ugh, too slow. Come on, Steven. Alright, what can I do to make this? That's every time I die, I'm going to stop and think about it. That's my punishment for dying. I died there because my rotation axis was a bit janky. I feel like that's on me. I died there. My speed was a bit much, but also if the highway, so to speak, was wider, it would have been okay. I died there. I got too fast. That was the wrong route. Oh, I could have made it there. But yeah, I think I want to make the platforms long enough that you can still make conscious decisions. And that there's enough of them that, like, it's wide enough that messing up in the sense of going too far in one direction won't screw things up. So I could also just make that long stretch at the end, like the funnel, much more gradual. Because that race to get to the left in the funnel is... Huh. Couldn't change direction there. I fell there because I was rotating around the wrong axis and I couldn't jump because I was in the air all the time. Alternative thing would be to have, like, if you're at the side, like, walls. I go too fast here, I'm in the air. I do like how some of the steering is automatic just because of the corner pieces. Like you get guided around some of the corners and you don't need to press. I'm enjoying this way much more now. I can do this. So. Okay, so that means that this area on the right is actually harder than the area on the left. I don't know what I'm seeing downstairs. Oh, this does some... Ugh. Cruel, cruel stuff. I'm just surprised I haven't gotten to the bottom once here. Ugh. I got too wobbly. If I was to move them close enough together that there was no gaps between them, that might be interesting. It would make it easier in a lot of ways, and maybe it would also allow that if you get bang smack in the middle, it would encourage you to try and go bang smack in the middle, but if you don't, it's not over. Falling between gaps is not something that I'm enjoying, so yeah, that might let's try that. Okay, the spam bot. Okay. And then right at the end, this gets added as a sort of challenge. Left and right drift away a little bit. Okay. Because maybe leaving this here is fine. That was it. I was going to try to do something to help myself out a little bit. See if this actually helps. Let's see if this works. I'm a little bit skeptical. The top part I think I've improved though. Not this part, but I guess the middle part. Get some music. Oh gosh, it's going way too briskly. Okay, and I'm in a bad axis here. I've died there a bunch of times. Okay, let's try that here. Small break. Yeah. No. That was fun. I want more of that. Like sliding around using controls. Wait, so should my criterion be I want it to be doable without jumping? I say while jumping. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's at least the bottom part of it. You jump to save yourself. But yeah, the joy of going downhill is sliding more than jumping. Because you have very little control when you're jumping. And when you're sliding, you have, well, more control. I did slide off there because I didn't have a lot of control. I made it to the end. Almost. I'm sort of losing track of which is up and which is down. Um, I think I can. Okay. I'm at the bottom and I look up. It's a bit weird. So far down. We're so far down. Like jumping it, like the whole idea of this was that you go down a little bit and you go up here and then that gets you to the exit. We're not at the exit. We are getting further and further away. And I'm not motivated by specific game design ideas, which isn't that bad because I mean, there's lots I haven't explored. Yay! Where are we? Okay, another 90 minutes. I'm gonna take a 5-minute break and make some coffee. Catch you all in a bit. feel like just working on this downward course is filling me with a feeling of dread, because a downwards course is very meaningful. It's a fun thing to do, but how do I fit this into the game, right? I want a continuous world, and this is maybe like both downward courses have bits that I like, but they're taking up so much vertical space that it would be like, you know, the amount of time, like how long will it take to get back up, right? Like 5 times as long, 10 times as long. So a single downward track needs like 5 upward levels to compensate, and it makes one a bit nervous, right? Because the game is always close to being done, right? It's a small little jam game, and suddenly I'm, yeah, very subterranean. Actually, I'll just make that wider. Why not? Like every to take advantage of every possibility to just make things a bit more gentle. Bit weird. It's what is going on with that? It's almost reliably janky. Wonder if it's something getting added to the wrong chunk. Still needs to do music. I don't know if I should do music first or last in each session. Doing like, I don't want to use up my early session energy, and I feel like doing music is just a pleasure. So even at the end of a session, if I'm feeling a bit tired, I can really get some music done. Ah. Okay, if that was to stretch for another bit, would I lose anything? I don't think so. Like, it's more fun to allow recovery than to punish. Yeah. Ooh, here it gets a bit more difficult though. Maybe I'll just allow it here as a courtesy. But then you have to get back in. Or I could have it here, but outside. Like this. It's a very irregular pattern now. I worry by having lots of stuff out here that the might be just confusing for the player. All right. Oh, can I do it again? I can do it twice in a row. I can do it 2 out of 3 times. %50 of times. I'll look at. All right, so I have so many more choices now. Like I'm dying, but I'm dying having made several decisions in a row, which is good. This is. I don't know how I'm going to skin this in the end. Like, are these going to be parts of pillars? Are they floating in the air? What's happening? Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like this is just these adjustments. They have made it easier, but they've also like shifted a lot of the frustration to me as the player. Like I die because of things that I've done directly rather than indirectly having like, oh, I veered a bit off course. Oh no, now there's nothing I can do. That does happen, but it happens much later now. Oh. Also, I specifically started working on downward levels because I saw some ball rolling, like Marble Madness style game. I was like, oh yeah, you could do that. There's costs to me doing it. No. So, oh hey Forlorn, welcome. Sorry if I didn't see your message so quickly. I have two chat monitors open, one for Twitch and one for YouTube, and I'm not used to dual streaming. I don't do it that often. And so sometimes I neglect the other one. Even though they're both on screen. Yeah. Alright, should I compensate for this? No. Like, it's right at the start, so if you go off, if you veer off course right at the start, it's a you problem, it's not a me problem. Okay. Could have some gaps here. Yeah, let's give the player something to do. It's not a... I like how the Z rendering on the rain looks against the sky. Because I didn't want the rain to get blurred itself from the depth of field. If something is transparent, if something is far away, it gets blurred. And the problem with rain is that it was drawing transparently originally, so it didn't have a depth as such. It was getting blurred as it was really far away. And I was like, no, draw the rain with depth. Oh wait, does the rain never draw in front of me? No, it does. Okay. I started off the session getting confused about depth-related matters. So, this is easier than this. Part of me wants to have this be after this. But part of me also fears that quite a lot, because what that means. With regards to how deep I would end up. A lot of bonfires here as well. I've gotten far too good at this. Alright, there is another challenge now though. No. Oh. Yay! Made it to the bottom, and don't see much of the upper world from here. Now the other route. The other route looks pretty ad hoc. So they're both easy in their own ways. This is also... Huh. Alright, yeah, they're both okay courses. But if I have both of them, there's no coming back from that, right? That's it. Like climbing back up if you're this far down, that's like doubling the length of the game, at least, right? Like going from here to here is a level. And how many of those are going to be from like this with this on top? Like 20. It's going to like quadruple the size of the game. Unless like we're like, oh, there's a whirlwind or something that blows you up or whatever, and then that's like, it's a bit cheesy though. Maybe some sort of spring pad mechanics might be nice. Don't see myself recovering otherwise. At least these are all in their own layer. What is this blur that's happening? Huh. All right, let's do some music. This tea is cold. I didn't boil my kettle. Didn't realize it until now. Well, okay, so what I was doing was loading each of these and going through every track one by one and making new tracks with the same instruments. Too fast. It has to be a little bit more. It has to have space in it. Okay. The problem is the instrument on top of this is. Let's see what I can do with this. No, there's nothing I can do with this. I have to replace this instrument. It is just. There we go. Ooh. It is not doing it for me. Hmm. Let's see what this does. Let's try a different one. Maybe. Oh, hey! One second. whatever. Okay. So cool that your skill set is so diverse. Your sounds are awesome, especially when you die. You like the oof sound effect. Nice. I'm glad that you're. Thanks for coming by. Also, David, eager. Cool. Yes. Um. Yeah. I was gonna get a new input keyboard, but I just have a really small one right now. Well, I wanted to get another one that's small, but with a mod wheel, so I can change the sounds. But I figure, as a reward, when I get the game done, I'll get a upgrade my keyboard. But for now, I've decided that this keyboard is okay for this game. It has certain limitations, but yeah, it's part of the fun as well. All right, 6 opened. Let's strip out the instruments and save it as 6B. Strip out the tracks. Save it as 6B. Oh, there's only a single track here. Woohoo. All right, Glockenspiel. It's for whatever reason my comfort zone. So this should be fine. Okay. All right, DE. Is that my motif? No, I need another note. Any nominations? Pick a note myself. Let's go for A flat. I barely hear the pitch. It's too high. Oh, just a bit too, I don't like that. Oh, whatever. Let's try to make something of it. Oh. Have to go. All right, thanks for open. Bye. I rambled. There were maybe like a couple of seconds that were okay, but let's see how it is in game. But first, let's do one more. And then maybe I'll head off and, I don't know, do real life stuff for a little bit. Best 7B. Oh, is this another single track? Oh no, I did. Oh. Weird. I made a track with this? Bad. I can't escape. I'm trying to escape. I escaped. Yeah. Okay, so slim pickings today on the music front. And that's just what happens sometimes. All right, I'm gonna go, and I don't know why I find this so tiring. I just seem to not be able to do like 5 hours of of level design. I don't know. I'm just not sleeping as well, or if it's just more taxing than coding. I stayed up late playing Satisfactory. Maybe that's it. It wasn't that late. Anyway, I'm gonna go for a walk. Catch you all.